Good morning, everyone. Extremely sorry for the delay in today's pre-market outlook discussion. So today, this is the first day and the end of June is going to happen tomorrow. As we have discussed in the previous week, market outlook session conducted on Saturday, and as well as the previous pre-market outlook discussion itself, that the thing about behavior for the Monday and Tuesday will be very important one, and mention the thing as the huge market movements also can be expected either today, if it is not tomorrow. So based on today or tomorrow's one, the trend probably getting a signal for the at least the part of the July month. It is not a new year one for us, and we'll be advancedly predicting based on any particular dates, high and low, and break above or below the high and low. The trend for the upcoming sessions can be found, and even that approved things and all already discussed with you. So in that manner only we are now advancedly predicting this thing about the huge movement for the markets either today or tomorrow. In case if it is not giving a huge moment, anyhow, this particular today or tomorrow will be a key date that is already signaled, and we also found that and reviewed the same for the date-based importance, what and all already witnessed on the chart. So in the same kind of behavior-based outcome can be expected from this or tomorrow's high and low. That would be probably dictating the behavior for the upcoming sessions, at least for the part of the July. That is the one thing one should note before entering into the market actions today. Based on the previous week's close, somewhat managed to close above or hold the 24,000 as a psychological support zone. Anyhow, which should be continuously held to see the reduced volatility as well as the improved sentiment on the markets, because the markets are not convincingly holding the high ranges if it is getting achieved or getting retained. Why means because of the sell on a rise approaches, the markets are not actually having the strength to hold the further follow through buyings happening on or around the resistance path are the important ranges of the key dates. Through that way of attracting selling around these zones, the sell on rise as a strategy is still alive. But the selling based on the breakdowns and all nowadays getting slowly fading away. So that is a good news for the long traders. So when it is approaching the support points or demand zones of the Nifty, the interest for giving a short bounce or a strong protection without breaking below and all nowadays become a regular and normal for the markets. So in that manner, so buy on dips also can be maintained without changing your strategy while the markets or any other index are approaching the support or demand zones. So if it is summarizingly you want to understand means with a buy on dip strategy that inclined most of the upcoming sessions even on the long side. So the resistance point where and all we have mentioned should be minded, and you should be lighter in positions. Then you can think of based on the confirmation of the breaking out of the resistance zones. You can precisely also enter into the long, or if you are a high risk trader, even though if it is approaching the resistance point, which is already proven by the way of attracting the selling through the way of sell on rise strategy, you can take the risk by holding a portion of the profits and not all the positions you are holding to be continued. This is for the summary for the traders, including positional ones. So the day would be expected with a cautious opening because of the escalation or the resumption of the tensions between US and Iran, that not that much increased way of concerns we are seeing. But anyhow, even though after the ceasefire or agreement between US and Iran agreed to end the war and to make the peace deal already announced, the recent 2-3 days happenings or occurrences and all not allowing that the peace of mind for the economies as well as the stock markets. So if it is continuing, the deal may become fragile and easily get broken. But we cannot currently predict that as fragile or a strong one, or it may be continuing or getting broken like. Anyhow, now it is giving the renewed concerns about whether the deal will be continued as agreed or not. So in this juncture of this kind of geopolitical activities, the markets may not have also the peace to continue consolidating or increasing or improving the chances of northward momentum. So the disturbance, we can call it as, now started impacting on the markets. Anyhow, our market when compared to others will be highly reacting based on the oil and gas oriented sector demand and supply concerns. So in that manner, one can watch out oil and gas energy oriented stocks and which will be highly reacting for the actions even though it is a small one. So that can be in high focus and it would be better to be very lighter or a trimmed manner of holdings, and approaching while for the day trading also should be having a very high caution to avoid unwanted losses. So that's the thing. So the cautious opening we can expect, even though there are mixed trends between regions across the globe. So the Nifty maybe first try to consolidate with a high volatility also between 23,900 and 24,200 zone. This may be giving a chance for a sharp upside or a dragging of the downside once it is getting a break below 23,900 as a core support for the day and breaking out the immediate but strong resistance of 24,200, where one can see the 23,700 on the lower side and or 24,300 on the higher side respectively. From the positional perspective, as long as this interim behavior shift zone is aiding or supporting the markets or Nifty, the chances for making further highs towards 24,400 and 24,700 as a core behavior shift zone also can be expected, provided it sustains without giving a break below 23,700. That is for positional traders. On sectors front, bank, finance, energy, auto, defense, pharma. Particularly the pharma sector should be in high focus today by the way of defending the fall if any happens, and by the way of attracting the selling for the stocks which are all having news based on US FDA inspection or US FDA approval based one for those approval based stocks can be expected on attracting the buying volume. So collaboratively, we can see the pharmaceutical will be in high activity today. On stocks front, based on news, we have listed all the stocks here today. Starting with BML, Bharat Earthmovers Limited, Lupin, KEC International, ONGC, Arabindo Pharma, Zydus Life Science, Alembic Pharma, even Jubil Pharma are the companies one can watch out for the day to get an enhanced trading prospects. So that's the thing for the pre-market outlook discussion today we can have. So irrespective of the direction, irrespective of the strategies you are following, keeping stop loss will be very much for all kind of transaction. Do not forget to maintain stop loss. So that's it for the day. We can see a query about silver levels, short term for 1 year, will it reach $100 again? First thing we have to tell that silver and gold can be approached from the current zones if it is for investment through the way of investing on ETFs or gold bonds, or if you want to invest in physical way also can be started, because it has almost attained the bottom and not confirmed it about the reversal for the upside, but anyhow the bottom almost is being cooked. So the silver and gold, particularly the silver's movement and all, even though it is not having that much of strength like in the previous rally it has witnessed last year, we can expect the decent rally at least for the next 3 to 6 month period. So for the 1 year, if you want to take the silver means, of course, it is a good chance to accumulate here without thinking about any other reports that are all correlating the current silver and gold trend, because silver is having high potentiality for the upside, and that may be giving another 30 to 50% of upside rally from the current zones. So that can be treated as a chance for looking out and investing on. So that is what for silver. So for the next 1 year, this is what the thing, 30 to 50% of upside potential the silver is having, and one can continue investing with a systematic manner or in a lump sum manner also. So thank you for your query, sir. So we can now conclude today's session and we'll be meeting tomorrow in the same pre-market outlook discussion. Wishing everyone to have a successful trading. Bye-bye.